Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. Today, I'm going to talk about something I've been promising a while. Cake eaters. And you notice this is following on the heels of my video about black women letting go of that victim mentality. But this thing with cake eaters though, this is bigger than black women. This is pretty much most women in the Western culture. So this ain't just a black woman thing, but it's a woman thing. And by cake eaters, we have all heard the term, which we know the meaning of the term, but it's kind of silly if you kind of listen to it, about having your cake and eat it too. Well, yeah, of course you're going to eat your cake, but in the context of it, that statement, it just means, you know, double standards. Like one of the biggest cake eating things that women do is the whole thing about strong and independent. And even, that's something especially black women do, but there's women of other cultures who try to play that thing. And which, I'm going to be honest with you, it's cool. If you want to be strong and independent, take care of yourself, fine. But part of that whole cake eating thing is you out on a date with a guy. You strong and independent. Shoot, you make your money. You got your nice house. You got your car. But then on the date, the first thing you want, or you get pissed if that man doesn't pay your half of the bill. It's like, hey, you strong and independent until the check comes. Or you strong and independent till that tire needs to be changed. No joke. I had a friend, right? Need to catch up with it. There's so many women I need to catch up with. She didn't really go for that. She didn't really play that strong and independent thing, but just enough though, cause she had her high-paying job, had her house and all of that. Had the nerve to get mad because she had a flat on the side of the road and no men were stopping. And I'm thinking to myself, well, don't you got all this other stuff? Shoot, you got your own house, high paying job. You can't change your own tire. Actually had the nerve to get mad at strange, like just total strangers not stopping. I changed the tire because I'm like a gentleman and shit, and she was cool with me. But damn. But you get women like that whole cake eating thing, and you especially get it in well, I'll tell you what. There's a lot of people getting into polyamory and open relationships, and to an extent, I wasn't really thinking about the whole implications of that. But to be honest with you, it's something that really benefits women more so than men. And the reason why, it's easier for a woman to get somebody outside the relationship than it is for a man. Unless that man is that Mr. Goodbar type. Oh yeah, he can engage in polyamory, and I've known men who've done that with open relationships if they, quote unquote alphas. But for the most part, those relationships or those type of things benefit women. So it's a situation, usually a woman has the quote unquote beta at home, the guy taking care of the bills and all that, but then she wants the freedom to go out and fuck some young boy. And I've seen those situations, and they try to clean it up and say, well, the man, he can go out there and get his woman. That's usually not it's harder for a man to find a decent woman if he's not like in that select category. But many women feel that way. And also the whole thing of these women, getting pregnant by the bad boy, the pretty boy, the no good guy, but then still expect the other man to be a cleanup man. Oh yeah, we've been talking a lot about that, especially with the thinking black man educated lame thing lately. Women have their fun with that. That one guy get pregnant, get whatever, get mentally messed up, but then expect that other guy to come in and take care of her and be happy about it. Nah, baby girl, you can't have it both ways. And it's a childish thing, and you see it in so many cases. So many women want to do that. Now, see, part of the problem is, and I'm gonna get into, I'm gonna get into a little bit of pimp philosophy and stuff. Shout out to my man Warren Bowens. Y'all check his stuff out. And I know my man BGS, he knows what I'm talking about. But a lot of women out here have a little girl mentality. See, a little girl, she wants everything. You know, she wants everything her way, and she wants everybody to conform to her agenda, regardless of consequences. So she wants to get turned out by the bad boy and have her fun and be able to ride that cock carousel and have a wild orgies with whatever men. But then she wants the cleanup guy, the guy with the money, the guy who worked hard, who she didn't give any time of day to clean up afterwards. And I mean, it's an old story, but it's that whole cake eating thing. They want both sides. Now, life don't work that way. Life does not work that way. And many women need to grow up from that. Like, if a woman, look, like, one thing, women need to understand. If you want to be the strong, independent woman, if you want to be the provider, if you want to get that big house and car, go for it. Nobody's stopping you. Nobody's hating you because of it. But don't get mad if a man ain't feeling you to actually marry. Because, like I said, and I've said this in a video before, by nature we want to protect and provide. And if we feel like we can't protect and provide, we're not gonna feel that special something towards you. When a woman needs a man, that's magnetic. That's why you see those submissive women, or those quiet women, or those women who just want to be traditional happy housewives. They can't seem to get rid of men. Those domestic goddesses, they can't get rid of men. And I mean, you have whole organizations of women, and one in particular, like there's an organization called Mocha Moms, and it's a nationwide group of black women who, for the most part, are stay-at-home moms, which means they have men going out there and working for them and keeping them like in home, keeping the rent paid, just basically protecting and providing. They ain't even trying to pretend like they strong and independent, all that stuff. But they understand, hey, you can either have one or the other. See, you can't have your cake and eat it too. That's just not going to happen. And the sex thing especially that's really where it shows up at, because if we really want to be honest, very few women can afford to live by themselves any damn way. Very few women, but it shows up regardless of social class in the whole sex thing. Now, I know some women feel like, hey, men are doing it, we can do it too. Well, just because we do something don't means you should. I mean, men are built for warfare. We're not, like it or not, we can't have children. Biologically, by nature. See, I don't care what political philosophy is out there. I don't care what political philosophy, religious philosophy, economic philosophy. You can't violate the basic laws of nature. Women are built a certain way for a reason. Women are built to nurture a child through 9 months, and then nurture that child with her breast for, well, technically it should be up to at least 3 years, technically. But this society's so jacked up, it actually feels like the primary purpose of breasts are for sex and not to nurture a child. But women are built for that. Men aren't built for that. And one other thing with women, there's a consequence for having too many sexual partners, because every single time a man goes into a woman, and this is beyond even the imprint, she takes on that man's energy. And I'm gonna get a little esoteric with y'all. If a woman mess with a man long enough, she can take on any skills that he had. And I actually know some women who've done that. So it's very, it's women, they automatically carrying baggage. They automatically carrying baggage from the men they dealing with. So it's a different dynamic between men and women. So a woman, if she wants, she can't have that thing, well, I can sleep around and do all that and then find that good guy. That good guy might not want to deal with the 30 other guys that you got with before. You really can't. And you know what? I need to do a separate video on that again. I don't think women understand that, because that woman is literally has some ghost behind her. In fact, I ain't going to talk about it anymore this video. I'm gonna do a separate video about that, because I'm gonna let y'all know. I'm gonna get a little deep. So, but the bottom line is, women have to be realistic. Women have to make a choice. I mean, like I say, if you want to be strong and independent, hey, go for it. Go for it. Right? But don't try to switch up when you meet that guy. Either you're going to be one or the other. You know, don't pick and choose when you want to be strong and independent. Either you're going to be submissive to that man, or you're going to walk away. You know, if you're going to be strong and independent, understand that guy has a choice not to deal with it. Or if you're going to be strong and independent, you need to be that way all the time. Don't be like submissive when, you know, when a check comes, you need to be grabbing half of it. You know, you can't do that. You got to grow up. This is grown women's territory. Y'all gonna have to be grown women about it. Accept the consequence. Make a choice and accept the consequence. You know, if you want to be that submissive type of woman, hey, choose the right man. He's down for it. Trust me. You know, if you got 1,001 sex partners, hey, don't ask a man to deal with the repercussions of that, because there are repercussions. And as I said, I'm going to do my next video on that. Just because it's a continuation of the whole imprint thing. So anyway, that's it for now, because it's a pretty straightforward concept. You can't have your cake and eat it too, and too many women out here are cake eaters, and they're gonna have to deal with that thing. So anyway, I'll talk to you later. Peace.